Yo, what's happening, players? We're out here with a first place deck profile from whatever.
Preston.
Yeah, Preston LLDS tournament, which is a European and Oceanic equivalent to UDS in America, basically. And yeah, I'll just let Elliot take over and present his Metalfoes deck profile.
So yeah, I've not touched Yu-Gi-Oh in like 2 months. That's cool. But I've been playing around with Metalfoes once they were released online for ages. My original build was meant for the OCG meta, implying that Cosmo and Monarch will obviously like die eventually, so I had to switch it up like the night before. Just to note, like from the beginning, yeah, I couldn't find a third Karen. That's why there's only 2. So yeah, good talk.
I knew there was something wrong.
I told you we'd talk about it. Everything else I feel like is kind of self-explanatory. There's no point talking about the Metalfoes, etc. But Gofu is just basically you're out the Dark Destroyer with Ignis or off an Ultimaya. Just great card in general. It confuses all the tokens and all that crap. Instant Fusion is by far the most versatile card in the deck, whilst it gives you Metalfoes for your fusion. Panzer Dragons let you basically out anything outside of Dark Destroyer. Norden for whatever, and Thousand Eyes for whatever. The side was basically shit. Jaugen's really good against Cosmo as an out and a flood.
Is there a way you can predict it somehow?
Like,
why? Like, how's Jaugen good in this? Because like you summon it, and then like how do you stop it from being like ran over?
Well, it's not just that. You can pendulum summon it in defense if that's like the problem. But obviously, it kind of just blows itself up then.
I imagine in most cases it's like if you're going to summon a Jaugen, by the way, hi YouTube. If you're going to summon a Jaugen, sometimes it can be paired with a Kirin, so it's kind of like...
Yeah, so you can protect it.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
yeah,
I see.
Jaugen mainly just outs the Dark Destroyer, because obviously they can't summon and it blows it up.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, yeah.
That's main use.
I'm guessing all of, like, the 3 of the searches, you know, like 3 Summoner's Art and 3 Painful Decision, it kind of... It's there because of stuff like Desires, you know, that thing where you're like gonna find a lot.
You want to max out on pretty much everything. Like, I feel like the main appeal of Metalfoes right now is the consistency over the other Pendulum variants. Like, they're more powerful, but they're a lot less consistent. They kind of rely on a lot of power cards. That's what drives me to Metalfoes over other decks. But so maxing out on some resort and decision is kind of important because if you don't have scales, you can't play, obviously.
Yeah.
That's basically, obviously, with Desires, you don't want to banish too much of your engine. So having a bigger engine kind of emphasizes that. It did kind of suck with 2 Karen, because I kept banishing a Karen and basically just playing the game with 1 Karen for the rest of the game.
So like,
sucks, but
I don't know anything at all about this deck, but like, so like, how do you play it? Like, what's your like standard thing? Like, so you pendulum like some guys. Like, do you overlay into stuff, or are you supposed to just like fuse into these things? Like, what do you do? Like, what's like the typical turn 1 board?
Well, obviously, if you get Gofu, you can make you can fuse into your level 5 dude and make Ultimaya, so that's like pretty strong. A lot of stuff in your extra deck still. You get a lot of advantage off the pendulums by popping like Gofu tokens or other pendulum scales or stuff, so they're just 3+1s. The counter and combination are both pretty average, but whatever, they're basically free. The fusion, obviously, you get to just draw, so it's basically a +1 every time you use it in some kind of perspective.
Was this deck built to go first or second?
It was built to go second, but Metalfoes is just really strong going first if you just set up your combination and your counter.
I can see the sideboard. The reason why I asked that is because the sideboard kind of looks like it's made. It's just like the sideboard is made in case you go first, because you got the Ariadnes and stuff. But the other question I was going to ask is, why Grand Horn over other counter traps?
Yeah, I don't own strikes. Like, I literally... I felt like I couldn't play this deck without Desires, so I was fine with investing in that. But I didn't want to buy strikes just for a slight improvement on a Grand Horn.
So for any kids watching, well, aside from like a bulk of the secrets in the main deck, you know, you can play this on a budget, evidently. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Without Desires, it's really cheap. Raccoon will probably get reprinted soon as well. So,
Why didn't you play Chaos Trapo instead of it? Maybe.
I don't own them either.
Okay. So see, a lot of effort went into this deck, like financially.
really speaks towards the merit or the competitive nature of Preston.
Well, we actually had Jared there, so obviously he's like quote unquote well known.
I mean the innovator of
yeah, the creator of Zokimax. He was playing Metalfoes as well. Ben was there, Ben Sherman, Omar, Thomas Lockett. So we had like decent names, and then obviously Preston crew, obviously. But yeah, it was just like.
So what do you drop for the third Karen in this?
I don't really know, to be honest.
I'd probably say Summoner's Art.
Yeah, probably Summoner's Art or Painful Decision, probably Summoner's Art.
5 or 6 searches, but potentially 6 searches for that Vol Flame is a bit excessive.
Yeah. Well, Painful Decision can't obviously search it.
No. Oh, it's level 4 lower. Oh, right.
Yeah.
These cards more. I thought Painful Decision was vanilla for vanilla, but there we go.
Yeah, sadly. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Is there like these traps? Like, are they really necessary? Like, did you feel like I don't know? I mean, they seem a bit slow.
Spawn traps, so you kind of have to play them, and like, there's no reason not to play just one of each. Really, a lot of people play double counter because counter is debatably better, but the combination is really good for the grind game. So if you ever go in against like monarchs and you just want to like grind, like you can constantly just fuse every turn and just keep recurring stuff from graveyard.
Is that the one that when like one dies, you like summon one?
No, that's counter. So when counter is when any card on your field dies, you get to special summon a Metalfoe from the deck, and then you can banish it from your graveyard to add a Metalfoe from your extra deck to your hand. And then combinations, whenever a monster is fusion summoned, so it's really good in the mirror. And I was told there was going to be quite a lot of Metalfoes at the event, so that was another factor. And then, so when someone's fusion summoned, you get to summon a Metalfoe from your graveyard that has like a lower level or something. And then you can ban it. And then when it goes to the graveyard, it gets to just rotor for any Metalfoes.
Here, I just read that Metalfoes fusion now. That's really strong.
Yeah, all the fusions are like whatever. I think there's 3 Orichalcok in there, but it was supposed to be 2 Orichalcok and then the 3K guy.
I mean, the polymerization, like, you just keep
the polymerization is really, really strong.
So do you do anything with the fusions, or are they just there as like advantage in filling up your extra?
Yeah, they're not great. Orichalcok's really good. It does double damage piercing, so against like Burning Abyss or Phantom Knights and stuff, like I swung over Ben Sherman's defense position, like, well, one of the weenie Fogblade guys or whatever. And did like 3k damage, 3-6 damage or something stupid.
That's insane.
Stupid. It's really good against Cosmo because the Oasis for like Slip Riders and stuff, and it's got 800 defense, so that's 4,000 damage right there. It's fucking silly.
And they're paying themselves to the ground with the
exactly, with Solemns and everything.
Why did you play Twister over MST?
Yeah, I was going to say I would have played MST in the future. There's very few times where I couldn't sift through the back rows of the Archfiends or just playing them smartly. The Twisters cost me more than they would have with just an MST.
What I was going to ask. So first off, you said about what's the 3K fusion called?
Yeah, I ran one of the 3K and then 2 of the 2A.
Well, the thing is, I read that card and looking at it, I don't know. Like, I might be underestimating the necessity of that card because it seems really excessive to try and play that thing.
Oh yeah, it's just basically just some like shitty hands that you get sometimes where like you don't have enough Metalfoes to make the 2/8 guy, so you only have 1 Metalfoes. But then you still want to make like a presence or something like 2/5. It's not great, but against obviously with Monarchs, 2/5 is literally irrelevant. You want to make a 3K guy that actually has some presence. So even if you're just throwing away spare raccoons or Gofu tokens, or even just like Iralust or whatever, like or Archfiend Eccentrics, like it's just good to have that option, really.
Yeah. What's it called? Crap. The reason why I was asking that is because I know that it's played in the OCG, but I'm pretty sure it's because they have Super Poly at 1.
Yeah.
So there is like it's savage in the mirror, for like board wipes. And stuff.
Yeah.
But then the other thing I was going to ask is about the necessity of something like Thousand Eyes Restrict, because ideally, if Thousand Eyes Restrict is designed for spot removal in the extra deck, then surely, like, arguably, Panzer Dragon's just going to do...
Yeah, I was debating a second Panzer Dragon, because there was times where I'd see, like, double, or even in one of my matches against Cosmo, I opened triple instant fusion, and I managed to level 3, which was depressing. I almost killed myself with it. But yeah, and I would have liked to just summon 3 Panzer Dragons, to be honest. But
yeah, exactly.
Even summoning Norden and Thousand Eyes is still decent, even if it's just baiting out pilots.
Yeah.
But Thousand Eyes does have a spot, like, it's probably not as good right now because back row's scarier than monsters. But like, say they have a Hope Harbinger and they let the instant fusion through, obviously they might not. But instantly, when if say I turn 1 instant fusion when they get a Hope Harbinger, would they negate it? Like, would they expect the 1,000 eyes? Obviously, it's just a bit more.
Yeah, I guess that's
really. But yeah, it's just an extra option. The extra deck's like not screaming for cards right now. There was nothing I really missed.
I mean, I understand the Volker and the Gaia for big pushes, especially in tandem with something like Oracle.
Yeah.
But and I imagine Castel just works with like the Norden and like instant fusion and stuff for like spot removal.
Yeah.
Considering you're able to occasionally bin monsters to grade with fusion, etc. Yeah, looks good. I'm interested in the deck myself, but like I think it's like that scaremongering thing, you know, where people say like, oh, it's underperforming right now, which makes sense because I know a lot of BA players are still maining anti-spell at the moment, which is really worrying.
Yeah, I played 2 BA. I saw quite a few anti-spells as well. But obviously, you just gotta either go first or see the out. Really, it's a lot of Vanity's Fiends as well because Ben's a cool guy.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
But yeah, like if I went to an event and like basically asked the guys who still go to locals, like what's everyone playing right now, and I asked to the people who went to Manchester LLDS, like what's Jared, Ben, Omar playing, because I knew that they were going to be coming. And none of them were really playing Cosmo Monarch, so I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just play something like this because I'll enjoy it. And it's still decent. But if they were all playing fucking like Demise Cosmo and stuff, I'll just be like, well, I can't be asked. There's no point.
Yeah. I mean, like at this point, I would have probably gone for that. In all honesty, I mean, if I was gunning to win the LLDS, I mean, I'd probably go for a much more powerful option. But if like, especially when the formats are stale as it is now, I mean, like you probably just need like change. I know, I can totally sympathize with that.
Yeah, like I literally haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh for 2 months, and I saw like this event on a weekend, and I can go. So I was just like, okay, if the format sounds okay, I'd rather go and I'll play something that I enjoy.
Yeah.
It's still good. Obviously, I'm not going to turn it with fucking like I don't know, Dark Magician or something equally shit.
I mean,
still.
Yeah, but yeah, I totally agree. Like, I wanted to change, so I played Blue Eyes at the last local, and but like, the thing is, I think with a lot of with decks like this, as they're integrating themselves slowly into this pre-existing piece of shit format, that we're yet to find out what floodgates work best against them, or what we need to prepare against. So I played Blue Eyes and like lost to like Vanity's Fiend, Vanity's Emptiness, so I have no fucking idea which one to expect and how to out it in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I definitely would like to try this out myself.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
I guess that's the whole thing then. So, any final remarks and shit about it or whatever?
No, put more effort into the deck, I guess.
Okay, well, thanks guys for watching, and this has been your Metalfoes deck profile. If you've watched this far, what should they comment, Toilet?
I don't know. Yeah, Toilet.
Toilet, okay, just comment with Toilet if you've watched this far. God, that's kind of bad. Everyone's just gonna be commenting Toilet on my video, assuming like it's like a shit deck profile or something. But okay, so Toilet in the description if you've watched this far. And I guess we shall see you next time. Bye.